What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video in the Ideal Auto Factory. Today we're going to get straight to it. We're working on the Sakura D6 and I'm going to be putting on the Bingo Wasp D6 chassis. Very specific. This has been a well-awaited item that I have been wanting to put on the D6, but I had to wait till I put my electronics on there that I will be using permanently. And then of course, I had to give you a quality product. So let's keep God first and get into this video. So what is the point of me even having a deck? All right, the D6 is carbon fiber, right? It's already carbon fiber, it's blue. You can kind of see it in the video. It's blue carbon fiber and I'm putting blue carbon fiber on there. Well, let's get something out the way. I do slow-mo and this chassis is very thin. Now, is that a problem? Not necessarily. What may happen is you don't tune your suspension all the way correctly, and this chassis itself kind of just wants to vibrate and do other things. Not a complaint. It's more like this is the characteristic of the car. So that's what warranted me to be like, what if I get a conventional style, just thicker carbon chassis plate and then put it on here? And then I got to talking to Bingo Wasp, that company, and come to find out they're American made. They are in-house cutting these decks. And then also the fact that they came out one with for the D6, I was like, best of all the worlds. Let's give it a shot, because what's greater than just supporting another RC enthusiast and someone who makes their chassis in America. So, Bingo Wasp, if you scan this QR code, it doesn't just take you to some general information. No, it takes you to D6 specific information on how to install this deck on this chassis. So very much a company that cares about the product that they're offering because they're paying attention. And what do you think they did? They actually made slotted holes. If you can see here, you look at these arms here, see that circle and that circle right there? I want you to pay attention. Well, back here, there is a slotted hole in the rear. There you go, you kind of see it. Let me get you real close and personal. There it is, right there. Put this down now so I can show you. That hole is not a complete circle, it's an oval. Because that's one of the problems everybody's been having. Nobody can really get flippity flop on the lower arms or the upper arms or whatever you want to call it, because just how the design is, those ball rod ends, ball cups, ball ends, those ball ends are so specific that if you just screw them in the slightest way wrong, they end up just binding and you can't get your car to perform correctly. So D6 Bingo Wasp D6 chassis has put a solution out there. Not only that, all those little problems or quick change servo things, they fix that too. So there's an actual 4 points for you to put your M3 screws in, so you don't have to use the little adapter piece that comes on the D6. So not only is it just a change of a carbon fiber chassis, which is probably a little more rigid, it is also a solution to certain problems. They come in with YD2 front bumper, so I do get rid of my good old Sakura D6 bumper, but nonetheless, that's what happens when you go aftermarket. It also has the high battery mount adaptation to it, so you can put the standard Bingo Wasp battery mount or the D6 mount or the high battery. Either way, it does a lot, and that's why I had to make sure I showed you all this. And then of course I'm going to put this on, and if I have any complications along the way, I'll record it. But let me put it on and then I'll come back and show you all. As you can see, there goes the card. This is the contents, and look at that, it comes in a nice Ziploc bag, so you'll be able to put your old chassis decks in there and save it, protect it for later on. Now, this blue is, oh my goodness. This is my first time opening this. Wow. Wow, that blue is amazing. This is kind of what I expected the D6 blue to be like, but it isn't. So I'm definitely happy that that shows up on camera versus that. You can clearly see the blue. That's not silver, that's blue. Let me put it up to white so you can clearly tell that that's not some variant of gray, because gray is here. This is white, that's kind of gray, and now you can see the tint of blue. So let's put it on. And so far so good. You can clearly see the difference in blue now, and everything's smooth. I do plan to shorten these wires. This is killing me. I am not a fan of how long these wires are. So yeah, we'll be doing that, but it's going good so far. So let's keep it going. I highly recommend getting a electric screwdriver because these are all these hard plastic, really strong screws, and it's about 50-11 of them to get off before you can say you've completed this task. So about to handle that. I'll keep it going. Okay, that was not as hard as I thought it was gonna be, but I definitely forgot about the Loctite that I put on every arm bolt, or every, ball stud or whatever you wanna call it. All of them had Loctite on it, and then the washers. So use my pliers and the screwdriver to like get them loose, but it wasn't that bad. So now the fun part is putting it all, together on this deck and making sure it's not stressed. So make sure it's flat, and then I screw it all down instead of screwing it down and then, I screw that down and then screw that down and then it bows or something. So I want to make sure it's perfectly flat. All right, this part, I don't think it has been stated, but I do want to point out that this does come with another feature, and it is the simple fact that if you look here, look how far away these screws. All right, let's help you out here. So these screws have a ton of space in between them. As you can see, I can pretty much put this piece right there beside it. So that's the FR, the rear part of the front arms. You see that space that I can put right there in between the edge of the deck and the screw. But if you come over here, this is that hole again, and there's literally no room for me to put this. So that space is gone. That space right there is not here. Therefore, you have room for the thing to go into droop. So I'm not saying he totally eliminated the issue, but yeah, there's a lot more room for droop there. Still gonna put the washer in there because that's how it was. And I'm not trying to change my performance level. I'm just trying to change the deck, get it stiffer. So just wanted to point that out. There is droop room in this deck. What's up, everybody? I come to you with news that I'm a little frustrated. I am dissatisfied with what's been happening over the past few videos, my mic issues and things like that. So full transparency moment, I don't like how muffled and everything this video has been going. So I switched it up. So yes, I have installed the Bingo Wasp chassis deck on the top and the bottom. Everything's there, everything's fine. I took it to street break. I did drive it, and everything was fine. Street break is a lot different of a drift track. I have an FDR that is insane compared to what most would be driving there. And, you got to turn your EPA down and things like that. Just not my day to really hang with the people. So I ended up recording on my other chassis with different FDR, different kind of style of driving. But I did notice that the setup is track width wise fine. We're good there. But notice what I can do with this. Watch this. I'm going to show you guys something. See that side dropping? But notice
Compression here, no compression there. So you get compression on the left side, nothing on the right. Compression on the right, nothing on the left. All right, let's move over to the D6. As you can see, it's not the same. Yeah, there's a little lean over there. And I'm trying to make it softer now, but you can tell that right side is moving. Let me get a closer look for you so you can see all the springs. So that spring right there drops. Over here, look at that. Nothing moves. So this side stays static while the other side moves. And over here, the whole car wants to drop at all times. The whole car always wants to drop. Now I'm saying that because of how wide the dampers are in the rear and then in the front and all this stuff. I'm just going on a rant at this point. But either way, this D6 endeavor is bringing something out of me like, okay, I can't make the car fully exactly like how I want to, but for the price, it is performing great. I get to enjoy it. It's getting a lot of views. It does really well. Um, but I just wanted to get on here and rant for a second because I wanted y'all to hear just like, oh man, it's not like the car's bad. It's just it's not doing certain things that I needed to because of how things are set up. So I'm going to try and figure it out. I may delete active toe and see what happens after that because when you push down, there's another action that's happening. Therefore, it's harder to push down. So if I remove that action of active toe, every time you drop it wants to go in. If I remove that feature, then maybe I'll get a better suspension response. Therefore, the car will want to side bite and things like that. So here we are again. What am I fully trying to say in this whole rant? Well, the Bingo Wasp chassis, awesome. I'm about to give you guys a little driving video of me in my garage, and then we're going to end the video. And I just want you to know when I come back, the D6 is going to be built even more, and then I'm going to give you some more tips on what I've done, and we're just going to go with the flow because for something that looks this good, I mean, these two side by side. Yes, I spent a lot of time cleaning this up. Okay, a lot of time cleaning that up. This chassis is really awesome. Shout out to Kevin with for the black and gold accents there. Wrap up neck style, and then there goes you see Sakura springs up front. We got just black all day, black and gold. It works. Over here though, the blue, the accents of the blue, and then we got dominant black, and then we got wire tucking to do here. It's a whole lot of stuff to get done to make it fully clean. I want to squeeze some more performance out of this, and I want you guys to really respect this platform for more than just entry level because this is wild, right? But we're talking before before I even put electronics on it, it already like costed more than this whole thing in a sense, like chassis itself, I don't know, 180. Well, I can't remember how much. Yeah, 155 I think that was total. Let's get some driving footage. I'm done talking. Okay, wait, one more thing. I did put this RDX diffuser on the rear because I wanted to stand out, got to be different, right? So there's no D6 that will allow you to do this because that right there is meant for the bracket on this bulkhead to keep that hole right there, the motor mount hole. Yeah, so I took that off and I don't recommend doing that, but I hear that's the reason why there's a version 1. Coming out soon would be a version 1.5, version 2, version 2.5, version 3. Who knows? But either way, in development right now is a different rear setup to be possibly either a longer deck, maybe, or it could just be just like this and you can run it like mine. When the metal bulkhead comes out from 3 Racing, for sure I'll be getting that. And then therefore, this won't be happening. Let me show you what's happening. So I can kind of move that around just ever so slightly there, as you can see. But not a big deal to me. I don't think these drift cars go through enough to actually warrant that being an issue. But nonetheless, blue, maybe, ooh, maybe if Bingo Wasp is watching, they'll make that too. And that, I don't know. Either way, this is just a wonderful chassis. Again, the cutaways are there to give you a little more room for your clearance on your arms. But I still have my spacers in there. You can't see it in the rear, but you can see them up front. You see the silver there. So spacers on all four arms. And then on top of that, you got all that extra room to play with the cutouts there. Really nice design. Really beautiful. Let's drive. Now, one thing I will say, it does not like the transition that well. So it'll do the one side, but the Manjis are not that great. So Manji, oh, there it is. Need some more room up front. And then it rubs a little bit. There it is. Okay, this video covered a lot. Maybe I complained a little bit too much. Maybe I did a little bit too much ranting. But overall, I know for a fact that I'm just getting better at being my own drifter, my own style, my own way of driving and enjoying this hobby. So the D6 with the Bingo Wasp chassis is amazing. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Second, you can't deny there's so many more features out there for the chassis now. So high battery mount ability, you got adjustable everything like it used to be, but then I guess the pain points of not having the arms flip flop like freely, that's gone. Then on top of that, you can put a YD2 bumper on the front and the rear. On top of all of that, it looks crazy good. So Bingo Wasp chassis, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, because that's pretty much my only review I got. But overall, no complaints, zero. And even then, the fact that there's innovation coming still, there's research still going on for that deck, being that more versions will come out maybe later on based off of what other people do. There's multiple There's multiple D6s that come out. So there's the idler version, there's a bevel gear, and then of course the belt version. So there's 3 different versions. So maybe there'll be 3 different versions of the deck. But either way, Bingo Wasp sent me that, and I have been blessed to put it on, showcase it to you all. There it is. You saw it driving. What more can I say? Keep God first. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.